Thank you, Brother Azhar. It is now my honor to introduce to you all the spiritual leader of the Islamic Center of America's Young Muslim Association, our dear Imam Samahat Sayyid Hassan al-Qazwini, to welcome the debaters and welcome our guests. بعد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. And thereafter, our moderator for the debate will be coming forward, introducing himself and guiding us through the night. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Does God not exist? What a loving, patient, tolerant God we have, who would even allow us to have such discussion over His existence. Not only that, God in the Holy Quran instructs His Prophet to be nice with those who deny His existence. And Allah says in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Invite to the path of your Lord with wisdom and nice preaching, and argue with them in that which is best. So Allah does even promote this, because once we believe in God, we believe in our intellectual ability to prove His existence. And therefore, the believers in God do not shy away from any intellectual debate in order to prove His existence. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was asked by a fellow Muslim, ثعلب اليماني, قال يا أمير المؤمنين هل رأيت ربك? Have you seen your Lord? قال وكيف أعبد ربا لم أره? How can I worship a Lord whom I have not seen? قال أورأيته بالعين? Have you seen Him with your own eyes? قال لا. No, I have not seen Him with my eyes. ما رأته العيون بمشاهدة العيان ولكن رأته القلوب بحقائق الإيمان. Eyes do not see Him, but it is hearts that see Him. We have sight and we have insight. With our sight, I can see you, and I can see every other materialistic object. But with my eyes, my insight, I can see Allah, and I can see His creation. And I can see Him through His creation. For there is a hadith says, الطريق إلى الله بعدد أنفاس الخلائق. The path or the paths to Allah is as numerous as the breath of the creation. With this, I would like to welcome you all, my dear brothers and sisters, and also I would like to welcome our respected guests, our brother Haj Hassanain Rajab Ali, Mr. Michael Curry, and Mr. Dan Barker and Mr. Richard Courier. I hope, inshallah, we will have a very successful debate, a totally non-violent and peaceful one. May Allah bless you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, in the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Respected speakers, fellow guests, brothers and sisters in Islam, I begin with the Islamic greeting meaning peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Riaz Datu, and it is indeed a pleasure to have been given the opportunity to moderate today's debate on a topic that has been debated for many centuries and a topic that will be debated for many centuries to come. Does God not exist? Just to provide you with a quick stat, I've been told that we have 1,000 people here today in participation of this debate. We have people from all across North America. We even have people from international locations such as the United Kingdom and East Africa who are in America either on business or pleasure and made the trip down to Dearborn, Michigan to participate. To all of you, I say welcome and thank you for being here. The word debate, as defined in the Fitzhenry and Whiteside's Academic Dictionary, is a discussion of any question, to deliberate and to ponder. And that's exactly what we are here to do today. After all, it is through questioning, discussing, and considering different viewpoints that one's beliefs are corrected or confirmed, helping them move closer to the truth. Therefore, let me thank the four of you in particular for being here and for offering up your time to engage in a healthy discourse and stimulate our minds to help us better understand the truth. As the moderator this afternoon, my role is literally to take a step back, remain impartial, and ensure the debate is conducted fairly for both sides. Having said that, I'll lay out the ground rules and ask all of you, as well as our debaters, to respect these rules and abide by them throughout the afternoon. First and foremost, neither party is here to convert anyone. We're here to discuss, and therefore no personal insults will be accepted. Additionally, given the fact that belief in God is a sensitive chord attached to the hearts of many here, I ask that there not be any ridiculing of God. To be clear, an academic argument to prove your point is absolutely fine, but all I'm asking is not to ridicule. And you're all professionals, so I don't anticipate there will be a problem in this area. Finally, the time that you are allocated for each of your presentations will be strictly adhered to. The first time I ring the bell, it means you have 1 minute left to finish your thought. Do that and take your seat. If you go on for a full minute, I shall ring the bell again, at which point you must stop, even if you're in the middle of your sentence, and sit down. My advice is end as soon as you hear the first bell to avoid being cut off by the second bell. And we begin with the opening statements by each of the four debaters. Each debater will be given 15 minutes for an opening statement. After an hour, we will have a short break. When we return, we will begin the rebuttals, for which each speaker will be given 10 minutes. That will be followed by a cross-examination, 30 minutes of Q&A, and finally closing statements by the debaters. I will explain the process of the cross-examination as well as the question and answer session at the appropriate time. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you each of the debaters whom we've gathered to listen to today. Hassanein Rajabali is the principal of the Tawhid Institute of New York. Hassanein came to settle in the United States of America in 1975, emigrating from Tanzania, East Africa. He is a popular speaker locally and has traveled worldwide to lecture on Islam. He is also a frequent lecturer on Islam at various universities in the USA and abroad. He has a master's degree in microbiology from the University of Colorado, and presently he owns and runs an internet company called NetSite Corporation, which specializes in e-commerce and e-business. Hassanein entered the debating circle last year when he debated Dan Barker. Michael Corey is a graduate of Claremont Graduate University and the Union Institute. He has spent the last decade traveling the world and lecturing on the various issues pertaining to science and religion, and is the author of several books on the subject, including The God Hypothesis, God and the New Cosmology and Evolution, and The Problem of Natural Evil. Michael has also debated several atheists and has participated in several radio shows on this subject. He lives in West Virginia. Dan Barker is a former evangelical Christian minister who preached for 19 years before giving up his faith in Jesus and belief in God. He received a degree in religion from Azusa Pacific University, was ordained to the ministry, and served as an associate pastor in 3 California churches. He served a total of 2 years as a missionary in Mexico and 8 years as a cross-country evangelist. In 1983, Dan, you look a lot younger than you really are. In 1983, following 4 to 5 years of deep conversion thinking, Dan became an atheist. He now works as public relations director for the National Freedom from Religion Foundation in Madison, Wisconsin. Dan is a veteran debater on the subject of the non-existence of God. Richard Carrier has a Master of Arts and a Master of Philosophy in Ancient History from Columbia University, where he also used to be a graduate student instructor. Carrier has undertaken extensive study on philosophy and world religions and turned an atheist at the age of 21. Presently, he spends most of his time on writing his dissertations. He has also written several essays on the subject of free thought and non-existence of God. Most recently, he wrote the review of the Rajab Ali Barker debate, which took place last year in New York. Carrier is married and reads 5 languages. Thank you to each one of you for being here today. We now begin with the opening statements, and to start off, I would like to call Hassanein Rajab Ali to the podium for his 15-minute address.
I begin in the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful, the creator of the universe, who is absolute, perfect. He is all-powerful, all-wise, all-just, the eternal, the sublime, the originator, the magnificent, the majestic. He is all good. And all the treasures of the universe belongs to him and him alone. He does not beget, nor is he begotten. Time, matter, and space all originate from his creation, and they are sustained by his will. Everything he creates is a transient existence in the life, and he is not bound in them, i.e., time, matter, nor space. No creation can share his dominion of absoluteness. All transient creations are inherently in need of him for continued existence along with sustenance. He creates and makes it complete. He makes it complete, and then he guides it to its intended goal. Nothing can exist without his authority. He is the cause of all causes, and all that exists is because of his will, and he is needless of any of them. The principle of causality, which is inherently present in the intelligent beings, such as humans, fundamentally declares the truth that all transient effects are in need of a primary cause, which itself must be free of need. The notion of an eternity of causes and effects without a primary cause is essentially absurd, because the collective nature of all those that are in need are always in need, and therefore none of them can come into existence. Meaning that when we have an eternity of causes and effects, the effect is in need of a cause, and therefore it can never start. Let me give an example. Imagine in a military you have soldiers, and each soldier says, in an infinite pattern, saying, looking to the person next to him, says, I will not start unless you start. And if no one starts as the original cause,